1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geetanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President addresses Parliament on economic revival progress. The head of state said that citizens are now benefiting from the strenuous efforts taken by the government to revive the economy. The President reveals plans to exempt school essentials, medicines and medical equipment from VAT. He revealed that state revenue witnessed a significant growth of more than 50% in 2023. Parliamentarian Dr. Harsha De Silva says that the salary increase of the officials of the central bank is wrong. Kerala cannabis worth 1 million rupees held in Kilinochchi. Foreign news, Peru Prime Minister resigns after recording with woman leaked. President Ranil Wickremesinghe arrived at the Parliament this morning to deliver a special statement on the progress of Sri Lanka's economic recovery process. The parliamentary proceedings, presided over by Speaker Mahinda Abeyewardene, commenced around 9:30 a.m. Addressing the chamber, the head of state said the citizens are now benefiting from the strenuous efforts taken by the government to revive the economy. And I quote, "We made an economic plan with the IMF. As a result of implementing this plan, the country returned to normalcy day by day. This reduced the pressure on people and alleviated the hardships," unquote. Wickremesinghe further mentioned that the country's economy, which contracted for 6 consecutive quarters, began to revive in the third quarter of 2023, while adding that international financial institutions have forecast a potential economic growth for Sri Lanka ranging from 2% to 3% for the year 2024. Speaking further, the President revealed that state revenue witnessed a significant growth of more than 50% in 2023 as opposed to 2022. A surplus was achieved in the primary account last year. As a result, the government was able to settle all outstanding payments owed to contractors who had rendered services to the government for the past 3 to 4 years, he added. Meanwhile, inflation has plummeted from 70% in September 2022 to a mere 5.9% in February 2024, the President mentioned, attributing it to the coordinated macroeconomic demand management endeavours by both the central bank and the government. Inflation dipping to 5.9% offered respite to small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs, and consumers, he explained. He also announced that the usable foreign exchange reserves, which stood at less than $20 million in mid-April 2022, have now soared past $3 billion. Further, import restrictions, except for private sector vehicles, have also been lifted now, he continued. With regard to debt restructuring negotiations, the President said the successful outcome of these discussions will diminish annual external debt payment from 9.5% to 4% of the GDP. Additionally, if the macroeconomic growth experienced in 2022 and 2023 persists, the government revenue can be maintained at a substantial level, Wickremesinghe added, emphasizing that under these circumstances, servicing the debt will not impose a burden on the country. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, delivering a special statement in Parliament today, revealed that the government intends to reduce the value-added tax, or VAT, in the future. As such, school exercise books, stationery items, medicines and medical equipment are planned to be exempted from the VAT, he added. Addressing the parliamentary proceedings, the head of state said imposing the VAT was not an easy decision to make, adding that this helped boost state revenue to nearly 11% of the GDP. He explained that the growth in state revenue gave assurance to the international community that the island nation was capable of settling its outstanding debts. Increased state revenue led to the appreciation of the rupee, which ultimately resulted in the reduction of prices on imported goods, including fuel, Wickremesinghe continued, adding that if Sri Lanka continues to move forward on this path successfully, the economy would further stabilize by the end of this year. Speaking further, the head of state revealed the government's intentions to expand tax net further. Owing to the measures taken to widen the tax base, Sri Lanka has seen a rapid growth in taxpayer registration, he said, adding that the total number of tax files stood over 1 million by the end of 2023. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that the Parliament has approved the Central Bank Act. Accordingly, the Financial Board and the Central Bank has been separated. He said that decisions will be taken on the basis of the recommendation of the Financial Committee. All problems should be solved through discussions. Parliamentarian Dr. Harsha De Silva said that the salary increase of the officials of the Central Bank is wrong and the people of the country have made protests against this process. He also pointed out that the increase of their salaries is an indisciplinary act. He also requested the Parliament to reconsider this matter. The Parliament has the power and the responsibility of handling state financial administration. A coordinated operation conducted by the Navy and the Police STF in Uduthurai, Kilinachi, on the evening of the 5th of March 2024 led to the arrest of a suspect and seizure of over 3 kilograms of Kerala cannabis and a motorcycle. A combined search operation was carried out by the Naval Deployment of Vettalai Karni in the Northern Naval Command and the Police STF Kilinachi. During this operation, the motorcycle was intercepted on suspicion and it was revealed that the rider was peddling about 3 kilograms and 960 grams of Kerala cannabis. According to the suspect, along with Kerala cannabis and a motorbike, was taken into custody. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The Coconut Cultivation Board has planned a program to expand king coconut cultivation in the country. Accordingly, 86 villages have been selected in this regard. There's a high demand for king coconut in the international market. The necessary plants and the technological know-how will also be provided freely. Minister Mahinda Amarveera said that this program will be implemented targeting high export income. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
In Watchlight this afternoon, passengers are facing many hardships as there were no timekeepers of the SLTB and Sabaragamu Road Transport Authority after 4 p.m. at the Kagala bus stand. This is for the attention of the authorities at these two institutions. And that came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
The headlines first. Peru Prime Minister resigns after recording with woman leaks. Canada faces lawsuit over military export to Israel. And the ICC issues arrest warrants for top Russian commanders. Peru's Prime Minister Alberto Otarola has resigned over allegations he attempted to use his influence to help a woman gain lucrative government contracts. The scandal escalated last week when a Peruvian TV broadcaster aired audio clips of what it said were conversations between the two. Mr. Otarola, 57, has denied any wrongdoing. A formal investigation has been launched into the allegations. According to the Panorama program, which first aired the clips over the weekend, the woman Mr. Otarola can be heard speaking to is Yasir Pinedo, 25. A group of Canadian lawyers is suing Canada's Global Affairs Ministry for exporting military goods and technology to Israel during the Gaza conflict. The attorneys argue the exports could be used in alleged human rights violations against Palestinians. Canada has authorized at least $28.5 million Canadian dollars of export permits to Israel since the war erupted on the 7th of October. But Ottawa denies accusations that these exports are illegal, saying the goods were non-lethal in nature. The International Criminal Court, or ICC, has issued arrest warrants for top Russian commanders over alleged war crimes in Ukraine. Sergei Kovalev and Viktor Sokolov, an Army Lieutenant General and a Navy Admiral, are two men named by the ICC. This is the second round of warrants for Russian officials related to the war in Ukraine. The first were for President Vladimir Putin and his children's rights envoy. Russia does not recognize the ICC, making it highly unlikely they will ever be deported to face the charges. The ICC said the latest warrants were due to there being reasonable grounds to believe that the two suspects were responsible for missile strikes carried out by the forces under their command against the Ukrainian electric infrastructure. Back to the headlines of the world news. Peru Prime Minister resigns after recording with woman leaked. Canada faces lawsuit over military exports to Israel. And the ICC issues arrest warrants for top Russian commanders. And that ends World News.
Development News.
Haliala Udadompe Road will be developed and carpeted under the 100-kilometer road development program initiated by the Ministry of Transport and Highways. All road development activities will be monitored by the Road Development Authority, and that was Development News.
Moving on with sports news.
IPL cricket tournament will begin on the 22nd of this month. The inaugural match will be played between Chennai Super Kings team and the Royal Challengers Bangalore team. The first phase will be conducted till the 7th of next month. The second phase will begin after the general election of India. Arrangements have been finalized to conduct the final match of the tournament on the 26th of May. The tournament includes 74 matches, and that was Sports News.
Go ekakthiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka should try to reduce mineral material imports such as coal and look towards importing more high-tech products and services from Russia, opined Trade Commissioner of the Russian Federation, Dr. Alexander Rybus, yesterday at the National Chamber of Commerce NCCSL hosted Russian-Lankan Business Forum. The island nation also must increase tea exports in value addition form and also more spice, gem and jewelry, leather goods including shoes. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakthiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Audio Economic News. GRI, a leading producer of specialty tires for agriculture, material handling and construction machines, unveiled its next generation of environmentally friendly specialty tires with very high sustainable material content. GRI's sustainable agriculture tire range, the Green XLR Earth Series, now comes with 87.3% sustainable material, whilst the Ultimate Green XT, the sustainable material handling tire, boasts an impressive 93.5% sustainable material. That was Economic News.
Weather report.
Mainly dry weather will prevail over the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gaul and Madra district during the morning. Well, that was the weather report. Prior to concluding this news broadcast, the headlines once again. The President addresses Parliament on economic revival progress. The head of state said the citizens are now benefiting from the strenuous efforts taken by the government to revive the economy. The President reveals plans to exempt school essentials, medicines and medical equipment from VAT. He revealed that state revenue witnessed a significant growth of more than 50% in 2023. Parliamentarian Dr. Harsha De Silva says that the salary increase of the officials of the central bank is wrong. Kerala cannabis worth 1 million rupees held in Kilinochchi. And foreign news, Peru Prime Minister resigns after recording with woman leaks. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And it's over to Satya on the other side to continue with the rest of the programs this Wednesday afternoon.